Paris is the capital and largest city of France in terms of population. It is located on the banks of the Seine River in the northern part of the country in the heart of the Île-de-France region. Its population was 2,243,833 in 2010 within an administrative area only, while the city's population is over 12 million. Paris remained an extremely important region for over 2 millennia, 18. And by the beginning of the 12th century, Paris had become a European center of finance, diplomacy, commerce, fashion, science, and the arts. And the largest city in the Western world until the early 18th century. Paris has been the scene of many important political events throughout history, such as the French Revolution. Nowadays, it is one of the largest economic and cultural centers with significant influence in politics, science, entertainment, media, fashion and the arts, making it one of the world's major cities. In 2011, the city's GDP was €607 billion, $845 billion, one of the largest cities in the world. Paris is one of the world's leading tourist destinations as it is the headquarters of most French companies. Paris has a variety of museums, theaters, and monuments built over the centuries, such as the Eiffel Tower, the Arc de Triomphe, the Louvre, and the Palace of Versailles. Paris is one of the largest art centers in the world, with a large number of museums that include paintings by the most prominent international artists. The city's cuisine also has an international reputation, attracting world-famous chefs. Paris and its suburbs include the most prestigious French schools and universities, as well as the headquarters of the largest French newspapers, such as Le Monde, Le Figaro, and Libération. Paris is the home of Paris Saint-Germain Football Club, as well as the Stade de France, which was built to host the 1998 FIFA World Cup. The city also hosts the Roland Garros tennis tournament. Paris is distinguished by the diversity and quality of transportation. The city has two major international airports, Charles de Gaulle International Airport and Paris-Orly Airport. The Paris Metro, which opened in 1900, serves about 9 million passengers daily. Architecture justice. The appearance of present-day Paris is the result of a massive urban project that took place in the mid-19th century that transformed the city into a modern metropolis. Paris has been for centuries a city full of winding streets, narrow neighborhoods, and half-timbered houses. But with the advent of the Haussmann project, entire areas were demolished in order to expand the streets, which were decorated with grandiose classical stone buildings. The laws in this field have not undergone much change since the 19th century, and the plans of the Second Empire are still being pursued. So far, the law in Paris regulates the facades of buildings in the city to match the width of the street, as well as the length of buildings. And it may be impossible to obtain approval for the construction of a building taller than what is specified by law in order to preserve the beauty of the French capital. 120. The churches are the oldest buildings in Paris that have survived, showing Gothic architecture at its best as in Notre Dame de Paris, one of Paris's biggest tourist attractions. 121. The second half of the 19th century was the era of architectural inspiration in the city, a period that witnessed the construction of many architectural masterpieces, especially the Eiffel Tower, which was built in 1889 and is still the symbol of the city and its tallest buildings. 122. Many important institutions are located outside the city limits, such as Disneyland, which is about 30 kilometers to the northeast of the city center, as well as many educational institutions that lie in the southern suburbs.